2- and 3-year contracts at a time so that this is not a revolving issue and so that we can get some idea of what's going on. I talked to the fire union and I'm told they sent a letter right after the meeting here stating in writing that they would take these summer, winter, change their whole realm, and that it is personnel or the people that are working in the negotiations that have not contacted them. It's not the other way around. If I'm wrong, I'd like to be shown I'm wrong because I question this. I go straight to the source. I'm not one that, okay? As far as the issue with the cars, seeing Gus Gannon's car sitting over here, seeing people taking cars home, part-time people, there is a very simple remedy to that the legislative body of this city should do. You've requested 3 times at 3 different council meetings a list of licenses, cars that are owned by the city that would have to eliminate the undercover. 3 requests have gone out, to my knowledge, to this date that has not totally been complied with. You ask, well, what does your department, who takes things home? You get, yeah, we do, then this one doesn't, then we find out he does. You've requested 3 times. I would expect at the next council meeting, Tuesday night, that you do an emergency referendum, an emergency vote, to ban anyone from taking a city vehicle, I don't care who it is, union or not, because the administration has pushed this issue, from taking a vehicle home at night. Anyone, starting the Wednesday after the meeting. If you all vote for it, that can be done until the mayor vetoes it. When the mayor vetoes it, it comes back to you, and if 6 of you vote to override the veto, he has 48 hours to produce that report. Why haven't you done that? You're costing the city money. Well, I reiterate, you're costing me money, my tax dollars, for someone using a vehicle that they have no business using. What is the matter with you? The legislative body has control. You control it, but nobody's trying to control it. Nobody's making the tough decisions. Everybody's just going here, there, just sliding right by. And people talk about you not getting reelected. That's what's going to make you not get reelected, because you are the legislative body, and you're not acting like it. This incident that happened Friday, I'm still too angry to really go into. What happened to Ms. Comartin, what was done at this meeting, what was already pre-approved and pre-written prior to the meeting taking place, and why our attorney could not represent the mayor and the election board in this baffles me. If he could not recuse himself from one issue, why did he recuse himself from this? And it's costing us $10,000. $10,000 not a lot? Well, $10,000 here, $500,000 there for the cost of the recycling that we're throwing down to set up the recycling corners. I mean, if you add all this, oh, it doesn't cost much, oh, it's just a little bit, you come up with an awful lot of money that needs to stay with us. What happened Friday should never have happened. Never have happened. And I'm getting a transcript of what transpired. This is unexcusable behavior on the people that were here. There was, I think, an apology is owed. I think that the attorney should start doing what he has been hired to do. And if that's not feasible, maybe we should find another. But as far as the appointees taking pay cuts, the appointees do have a purpose. I agree. But they need to take a pay cut. They have been told that for 3 years. 10 to 15% pay cut. No, we do too much and we can't. Well, so does everybody else. And if we're laying off 4 people, which the mayor sat there at the end of that table when I was here listening to him, stating nobody's going to get a layoff. How many appointees are getting laid off? How many appointees are going to be gone? My understanding is none. I think it's time this body separated themselves from the administration and did what you were voted into office to do. I know you're all capable of it, or you wouldn't have been voted in. But it's time you started doing it and stopped worrying about other realms. Because inevitably, I agree, the people that don't stand up, I mean the line item budget, I argued with a council person that, for an hour, argued with them that we were not on a line item budget. Yes, we are. No, you're not. Yes, we are. We get reports every month. You can't do anything about the reports. You do not have control of where the money that's over here is going to be moved over here. The only person that does, to my knowledge, is Mr. Simone. I didn't elect him to sit in that seat, to make those decisions, to make the changes. The only way to have that done is a line item budget. It puts the control where it belongs, with you. Not with Mr. Simone, not with anyone else in the administration. It's where we voted our people in to that issue. You have to okay money being switched. If something has to be changed, it comes to you. That's your job. I'm done for now.
Thank you. Sorry.
Gary Lucas, I work for DPW, Warren resident. We tried to be very brief. I brought up to the council about 2 years ago, I don't remember a council person I talked to, about the trash cans at the fire stations. Okay? There's 6 cans, 6 fire stations. It takes about a minute to a minute and a half to pick up that station. Why are we paying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000? It should only be cost of what I figured, 6 hours. In a whole year, it's 6 hours of pay to pick up the fire stations. We're spending $1,000. You know exactly, like I said, what it is, I don't know. I heard it was anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 per year. We got to cook the fat. We got to get rid of the pork. I mean, I realize it. Everybody here realizes it. It's tough times. Second thing I want to touch on was the contractors. Last year, when we got our first big snow, I'm not going to name names. We were called, and neighbors was told that they're bringing in contractors. And we said no. You know, I mean, I understand people say, hey, you're on overtime. Okay, overtime for me, $40-some an hour. Bringing contractors, you're looking at 100 or above plus their equipment. You got to stop this, people. Another thing is DPW. Our department takes care of almost everything in the city. 2 weeks ago, there was a police call. Somewhere on Groesbeck, they found an open manhole. We had nobody that day extra to send over here right away to cover it. Foreman tried to address it. Finally, somebody had to stop what they were doing, come back to the yard, get a manhole cover, go back out. Because we're going to be reduced to 17 people. And while I'm on that subject, one of the guys that got the layoff notice is probably the best guy on the Vector in the city. Okay? He takes care of all the sewers, he takes care of all the manholes. I mean, if I get a call that says, let's say, Topher and Ryan, I see everything's flooded. Okay, I know what to do. This guy knows, oh, it's collapsed. Oh, it's plugged with roots. You're getting rid of him. He's going to be gone from the department. How much time is it going to take to train somebody to be like him again? He has experience. You're losing it. You're going to send them somewhere, somewhere else. And I just don't get it. Thank you.
Pamela Roy, we're a resident and employee at DPW. Losing 2 of our main guys is going to be very hard. I know I am the only full-time administrative person there, and it's hard for me just to get things done. But I do what I can. Maybe I'm wrong, but I was under the impression that the budget we get a lot of road fund money from the state and such. I'm under the impression that we give away hundreds of thousands of dollars every year to engineering, parks and rec, and I don't know if there's anyone else. Maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but is there any way we can keep some of those funds in our department? If we give this money to Parks and Rec and they don't necessarily need it, supposedly it's for tree maintenance, can we recoup it? Can we keep these two guys that we're losing, that you guys want to cut overtime? You know what? We lose two of our main snowplow guys, overtime is going to go through the roof. And I know when contractors are called to come in, I hear the complaints. I know, I get the calls. Contractors don't know how our streets are plowed. They don't understand when there's a center median, our guys know to plow it to the median, not blocking everybody's driveways. Contractors don't know that. We can't tell them that. They don't listen to us. They just come in because they're calling. And they just get through the city as fast as they can. And a lot of times, honestly, they suck. They really do. We have to take the brunt of the calls, the complaints. And how do we tell them, hey, I'm sorry, we had to have contractors come in because not necessarily our department, but somebody else forced us to call contractors. We didn't do it necessarily, somebody else did. And we have to abide by what we're told. Okay, fine, so we do. Okay, I have several issues. The recycling. Don't get rid of it. What about doing it every bi-weekly? You know, the first and the third. If your trash day is Monday, the first and the third Monday. Bi-weekly. I know lots of people that their recycling can, you know, every week there might be 10 cans in it, 1 gallon of milk. Mine is full. I have 2 recycling cans. Mine is full. And yes, my newspapers go to my kids' schools, I admit that, hey, you know, but don't get rid of it. And as far as appointees, we have way too many. Way too many. Fouts used to scream at Steenberg because he had too many appointees. And now he has more. And again, as many people said, we have all these appointees, less employees. Who are they bossing around? Seriously. I mean, how many people do we have to listen to? If we have one boss we're listening to, okay, but we have, each one of us is going to have 10 bosses. We're going to tell us, no, you do this, no, you do this, no, you do this. We have too many bosses to listen to. We have to get rid of some. I'm done. Thank you.
Mark Wire, one resident just shy of 2 decades. Just a couple of things tonight. I didn't make all the budget meetings that you guys had. I made the last 2. Last one, you guys had some great discussions going. People disagreed on council with each other. Good to see. Tonight, a majority of you were silent. Very disappointing to me, probably everybody in here. If you're happy with the budget that's there tonight, maybe that's why you were silent. But if you're not happy with that budget and you were worried about confrontation with another council member tonight, that's also disappointing because I wouldn't expect all 9 of you to get along and to understand it and to make changes. I know it's got to happen here. But for 5 or a majority of you being silent tonight, again, very disappointing. You guys tabled the budget at the last council meeting, and I believe it was 8 or 9-0 to take it, table it or take it off. I'm not sure which one.